What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about a trade rumor that I heard about the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons on the NFL draft. So, could the New York Jets be trading back? Let's discuss this rumor. Now, again, I'm saying take this with a grain of salt, but I saw this online, wanted to react to it and talk about it. So, Jeff Benedict tweeted this out. He is a former Atlanta radio guy, so he was a long time at Atlanta sports radio host, Falcons insider for many years. We don't know if this is true or not, again, obviously, but it's not like some random, made up fan account. Like, this guy, worked in the industry for a while, so maybe he does have something here, or maybe not. But anyway, let's just talk through this. So here's the rumor between the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons. He says the Falcons want to trade up from 15 up to 7, and that they are eyeing Jalen Walker, and that a trade up for Jalen Walker would likely include a 2026 first round pick going back to the New York Jets. So let's explain the motive for the Atlanta Falcons trading up. Number one, they need a lot of help on that defense. Everyone in the world knows it, and that is totally okay. But if you look at the draft order, the New York Jets pick 7th, and directly after that, you have the Carolina Panthers at pick 8, and at pick 9, you have the New Orleans Saints. They are division rivals. They play in the same division as the Atlanta Falcons, picking directly after the New York Jets. They do not want to lose out on Jalen Walker, who would be in play, I would imagine, to either of those two teams, whether it be the Panthers at 8 or the Saints at 9. Look, I know, Joe Douglas and the rest of that staff isn't here anymore, but Jeff Ulbrich could still kind of have a connection to the New York Jets in a way. Be like, hey, that's going to be the team that we highlight to try to go up and move up and get our guy. And for the New York Jets, so the negative, if you slide back from 7 to 15, is you could kiss guys like Armand Membu and Tyler Warren goodbye. And for the most part, there's exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, it feels like Jet fans are all over those two guys as the most likely options and favorite options, with the guys like Mason Graham and Ted McMillan and others who are, popular choices as well. But if you slide back, I think some names you could potentially look at pick number 15. If you want to stick on the offensive side of the ball, you can go Colston Loveland, the tight end. That is another option for the New York Jets. Unfortunately, I just think Tyler Warren isn't going to make it past Indianapolis at 14. Matthew Golden and Emeka Egbuka are the two wide receiver options for you. Who do you like better? You have Golden from Texas, Egbuka from Ohio State. Personally, I think Egbuka is the better wide receiver, but I'm not going to be complaining if either of those guys are the pick. And if you want to stick on the offensive line, Josh Connerly, I think, is a good option at that point. That's actually Dom C's number 1 rated offensive tackle in this draft. I am definitely intrigued by him. I've seen mocks where he's gone in the 20s. I've seen mocks where he's gone in the 40s. I don't think he's going to make it to the second round. I think that's very, very optimistic. Hell, I saw a mock draft recently that had him go number 11 to the San Francisco 49ers. So I would be okay with taking him in the middle of the first round at pick number 15, if that's what they so choose. On the defensive side of the ball, you have guys like Shamar Stewart, who we've talked about, maybe Mike Green, if you want to go with an edge rusher. I don't really see safety, corner, or linebacker for the New York Jets in the first round. Maybe I'm wrong. And then interior defensive line, you have the big boy like Kenneth Grant. You could go a bunch of different routes, honestly, in the first round. But a lot of people want to go offense, so I think my favorite options would be Egbuka or Loveland or Josh Connerly would be my choices if you trade back. Now, the extra benefit is the Jets sitting there in 2026 with 2 first-round picks. I know you don't get potentially a draft capital in this year's draft, but having a first-round pick in 2026 would likely do wonders for this team. To be honest, in all likelihood, probably looking at 2 top 20 picks in next year's draft. And one of two things could happen. Number one, you could package those picks to move up in the first round to land a quarterback, which is, I would say the most likely scenario for the New York Jets to find their long-term guy. Or long shot, but if Justin Fields hits and is, the next Baker Mayfield, right? He comes in, or Geno Smith or Sam Darnold, late career resurgence, and you're going, hey, like this guy, had 30 combined passing and rushing touchdowns, and the Jets won 10 games, and they snuck into the playoffs and won a playoff game, and you want to keep him. Well, then you have 2 first-round picks to continue to add to your roster. So it's a win-win. And yes, you're sacrificing a little bit this year by moving back 6 spots in the NFL. 8 spots, not a math guy, sorry. 8 spots in the NFL draft. But you're picking up a 2026 first-round pick that you could either use to A, trade up for the quarterback that you want a year from now, or B, have 2 first-round picks to continue to add to your roster if you find your guy in Justin Fields. It's a win-win for the New York Jets. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.